And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from the Mighty Twins Tuccanella, who asks the question, who would win a fight? Ocellus, I believe that's how you pronounce that, from My Little Pony versus Ditto from Pokemon. Now, I know very little about My Little Pony, so I had to look Ocellus up. Ditto, I played Pokemon since Generation 1, so I know Ditto. Ditto is, the theory actually behind Ditto is that he had a fossil of Mew, and they took the DNA and tried to make a clone. It failed, and that's why Ditto is basically able to. Ditto and Mew are the only Pokemon that can learn Transform, because Ditto is a transformation of Mew, or is a clone of Mew. It's just an imperfect clone, hence why it pretty much looks like a single-celled organism that transforms into whatever you want. But that's the theory anyway. There's no actual evidence to it. There's no one's come out and said that could be it. No, that's not the way it is. Ditto, though, are a Pokemon that can only learn one attack. They only know one technique. It's transform. But upon transforming into whatever Pokemon they transform into, they learn all the techniques of Pokemon they transformed into. That doesn't change the fact that their power, physical stat, all that, nothing changed. It's just they now took the form of that Pokemon, and they are capable of using all that Pokemon's techniques. Should note that they cannot transform into another Pokemon later in the fight until basically the battle ends. Ocellus is, I can see why someone would put Ocellus against Ditto, because Ocellus is not a pony per se. Ocellus is a changeling. She is, I believe it's a she, if I'm not mistaken. Ocellus from My Little Pony. Let me just get that back up here. Did a changeling, one of the youngsters, friendship, sparkling, blah, 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 blah. Again, it's a female. Now, that being said, and apparently in the future she has a different form as well. But yeah, Ocellus is a changeling. Apparently, she didn't start out necessarily as a friendly. Again, I don't necessarily follow My Little Pony. She behaves shyly, avoids talking to others, frequently keeps her real form hidden, dropping into the skies at Farok's insistence. Basically, so, it's definitely a little, at first awkward, but ultimately she really comes out of her shell and, does her best. As a changeling, as a My Little Changeling Pony, she is capable of a couple of abilities. She's shape-shifting, first and foremost, flight, thanks to her wings, sharing love, and she used to be able to feed on love, but it was a former ability. Also, magic as well. What magic she's capable of, I'll admit, it's not really well defined. That said, if these two were to meet in a fight, who would win? Well, it's actually a pretty obvious answer technically, but we can work around the actual scenario, because truth be told, Ditto in the Pokemon world really can only transform into other Ditto. Other Pokemon. Now, yes, there was that episode where we actually got introduced to Ditto, where it was transforming into a picture, but that is weird. Dittos apparently can transform into other things besides that, but we really only see them transforming into other Pokemon. We also never really see them transforming into other humans or anything, or humans or anything like that. So in the general world of Pokemon, Ditto would lose immediately to Ocellus because it can't transform into Ocellus. But let's play on the idea a little bit here. Ditto could transform into Ocellus. How would that fight go down? Well, the problem still stands for the fact that Ditto still has all of its physicality that it has as a Ditto. It's just in a different form. And add on to that while Ditto can copy Pokemon attacks, My Little Pony is much different than Pokemon. The fact that magic legitimately exists in the My Little Pony world, most of the ponies know it on some level. And it's something that has to be learned and taught instead of, just a technique. Learn this technique. Okay, you can use this technique. No, you actually have to practice to learn to use magic. While Ditto would gain the ability to fly and shapeshift again, just like Ocellus does, possibly at least, it does not mean that Ditto would be able to just outright use any ability that Ocellus has, simply on the grounds that Ocellus is capable of using magic that is something that is not naturally in the Pokemon world. So it's not something Ditto would readily be able to use right off the bat. And add on to that, if you watch, that's where Death Battle, I usually think, get either not only gets their stuff right, but is a lot of fun a lot of times. I always like Death Battle, but I'll admit they're not always right. Most of the time they're right, or at least I don't think they're right. Point being, where I'm going with this is that My Little Ponies, the ponies from My Little Pony, and a lot of their subsequent friends and allies are physically very durable. Like, they can take some damage, and I would imagine that Ocellus would be no different. And granted, Ocellus isn't a pony. Ocellus is a changeling. Therefore, Occellus's durability and strength are probably different than, say, your average pony or alicorn. But at the same time, because when you look at changelings in our medias, they're not usually designed as, or not usually portrayed as, able to really take damage. They're portrayed as, sneaks, thieves, all that. Still, though, ultimately, my belief in who would win the fight is Ocellus. Ocellus would eventually just tax out Ditto and, knock his ass out. But that's my opinion. Ultimately, I'm going with Ocellus. What do you think? You think Ditto legitimately wins, or do you think Ocellus could win? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. So I'll be back in a little bit with What If, and I'm also pre-recording my videos for tomorrow because I have to work. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.